This is federal funds through the state, through to the city, and it's for COVID-19 related expenses that are not reimbursed by any other source. Meaning you've got to have already spent the money, and it's got to be not reimbursed by another source. It can't be covered by insurance. It can't be covered by other federal dollars, other CARES program. It can't be covered by a donor that made you the money or made the donation to you to cover that specific program. Those monies will then flow to the city once we get all of our applications in, and then hopefully we'll be able to disperse that money throughout the fall as quickly as we can. Who qualifies for this CARES money? Local businesses, small businesses with 100 employees or less. Community assistance groups, including churches who are doing outreach projects in the community. Nonprofits who are one of the lifebloods of our city in helping people through this pandemic and all the things that they do. Arts agencies, cultural arts agencies, which have suffered immensely because they've been, in effect, shut down by COVID. And medical and healthcare organizations, everything from hospitals to small practices of medical professionals. And that includes everybody in the medical healthcare field, from doctors and physicians to mental health therapists to rehab specialists, etc. Again, all these are COVID-related, unreimbursed expenses. The expenses that qualify were designed through some federal guidelines, very few state guidelines, but to maximize the reimbursable expenses and include things like personal protective gear, whatever that PPE that you have purchased for employees or for your clients or for your members or your patients. Things like masks, things like plexiglass dividers, things like foot coverings, any kind of shielding that you do for especially in the medical field, the shields that they have to wear. So anything that is PPE oriented. Renovation, retrofit, reconstruction, rehab to accommodate social distancing and safety. And that includes things like if you, for example, if you are a medical clinic and you created a separate entrance, you had to construct a separate entrance or a separate office for COVID patients, then that is an unreimbursed COVID-related expenses that would be covered under this CARES Act. Anything that's related to COVID medical testing, contract tracing, mobile testing, any of those expenses are included. Technology, and this is one of the things that would be especially valuable for small businesses, and that would be technology expenses that were, again, COVID related, that you had to do because of COVID, but that would include things like if you had to give employees laptops to take home, if you had to provide VPN, virtual networks for people, if you had to provide hotspots for people, firewalls for people to work from home, that's a COVID-related unreimbursed expense. And you can do those. We've gotten several queries over the weekend of other technology things that we will be including. And then one of the biggest categories is what we refer to as community assistance, which can include anything from food assistance to transportation, funeral expenses, legal services, health services, utility assistance, meal delivery, case management. There's a wide variety of things that are covered under that community assistance. So most of the nonprofits who work with homeless populations and demographically our lower to moderate income residents, their expenses, if they're not covered by any other source, would be included in this. The applications are open today. The website is open. Andy, is it open now? The website is open now, and that's the way you apply. That's the only way that you can apply for this, and the website is columbusga.gov/Columbus Cares. You can actually go onto the city website, and it's got a piece there that will take you to this landing page, so to speak. On that website is the application, a large overview, and a lot of FAQs where we're trying to answer every possible question that we might have. The application's open today, August 10th, and the application deadline is 5 p.m. Monday, August 24th. That's a tight turnaround. But then that gives our finance people a couple of weeks to review those applications and verify all that documentation that you will have to provide with an application. For questions about the program, the email response will get you the quickest response, and that is columbuscares@columbusga.gov. And again, all that can be found on the website.